Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this series, Who Is?, where we will learn about and explore characters we love and hate. We will be discussing the character's life, their successes and failures, and everything in between. If you enjoy this series, then please do consider leaving a like, subscribe by hitting the red button to help grow the channel, and let me know in the comments who you might like for us to consider in the next episode. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we will be discussing the subject of the Three-Eyed Raven, also known as the Three-Eyed Crow or the Last Greenseer. This man was the last Greenseer who lived among the children of the forest beyond the wall. Now, the children of the forest are a mysterious race of non-human people that are believed to be the original inhabitants of Westeros, the lands in which A Song of Ice and Fire take place. The Three-Eyed Raven was an ancient and immensely powerful Greenseer who could perceive the past, present, and the future through visions, and even had the power to time travel. He originally appears in our story to the young Stark child Bran Stark following his fall from the Tower of Winterfell, and the raven appears to him in the form of a three-eyed raven in Bran's dreams, which are caused by his coma following his fall. Bran becomes convinced that the raven in his dreams is trying to lead him to the Stark crypts, which are located in the Stark family hold of Winterfell itself. The raven leads him to find his father's crypt, the crypt of Lord Paramount Eddard Stark, despite the fact that Lord Paramount Eddard should be alive and well, running the realm as the hand of the king, as far as Bran is aware. It is when Bran finally recovers from his coma and is able to go down to the crypt that he finds his younger Stark brother, Rickon, there as well. And Rickon claims that he has had the same dreams as Bran. It is as they discuss this that the Maester of Winterfell, Maester Luwin, informs both boys that their father, Lord Paramount Eddard Stark, is dead. Now, later on in the story, as the story we all know, Bran eventually travels north to try and search for answers and flee the war. And it is here that the Three-Eyed Raven once again appears to him. In his dreams, Bran is amazed to find that he is able to walk, and attempts to shoot the Three-Eyed Raven with an arrow. However, a young boy appears to him and tells Bran that the raven cannot be killed, because Bran is himself the raven. In his adventures north, Bran comes across Jojen and Mira Reed, and learns more of the mysteries of the Three-Eyed Raven from Jojen. Jojen explains to Bran that the Three-Eyed Raven is a Greenseer, and the boy that appeared in Bran's dream was in fact Jojen himself. Jojen was able to enter Bran's dream as the Three-Eyed Raven has conveyed his power to allow Jojen to do so and enter Bran's mind and dreams. We learn more of this character's famed power as a Greenseer when Bran and his party move beyond the wall. Bran then falls into his dreams and sees the Three-Eyed Raven in Winterfell, and another vision showing him an enormous giant weirwood tree that tells Bran to look for the Three-Eyed Raven beneath the tree of the north. When Bran finally is able to come across this tree, he faces Wights under the ice, where Jojen is killed, and they are then helped by the children of the forest, who emerge and lead them into the tree and a cave in its roots. It is there that they are led deep into the cave that Bran finally meets the Three-Eyed Raven, who appears to him as an elderly man connected to the weirwood tree via its roots, all entangling him. The three-eyed raven himself informs him that he has been many things, but now appears as he does before them. He informs Meera that Jojen knew exactly what would happen as soon as they left their home in the Neck to help Bran in his journey beyond the wall. When questioned by Meera how he would have known, the three-eyed raven casually informs her that they have been watched all of their lives with 1,000 eyes and one. He goes on to explain that Jojen died so that Bran could find what he had lost, and Bran then asks if he will be able to walk again, and the three-eyed raven replies that he will not walk again, but instead that he will fly. During Bran's stay in the Weirwood, the three-eyed raven monitors and trains Bran as he experiences a vision of Winterfell during the childhood of Lyanna Stark, Ned Stark's sister. And she sees Lyanna and Ned Stark revealing Hodor's true name, Willis. He tells Bran that it is time to go, but when Bran expresses a desire to remain in the happy memories, the three-eyed raven pulls him out of this vision. He chastises Bran to resist the urge to only view those happy times, and reminds him that as powerful as Greensight is, the past is still the past and cannot be changed. Bran also sees what occurred at the Tower of Joy during Robert's Rebellion, which, if you're interested to find out more, I advise you watch my video, Who is Rhaegar Targaryen? And I will pop a link in the top right for you to have a look. When watching the events of the Tower of Joy, the three-eyed raven shows Bran that Eddard's second-in-command was Howland Reed, Meera and Jojen's father. Bran watches as his father Eddard faces the notorious swordsman Sir Arthur Dayne, a master swordsman of the Kingsguard. Bran, fearing for his father's life as he watches, calls out, and his father looks around seeming to hear him, but then continues on to the tower. It is at this point again the three-eyed raven pulls Bran from his vision and once again condemns Bran for trying to interact with the past. He said that he's waited 1,000 years for Bran to come to him. And the three-eyed raven confirms that Bran himself will not end up like he has, sinking into the weirwood tree as the roots pull him further in. He tells Bran that he must learn before he leaves. And when Bran questions what he should learn, the three-eyed raven replies, everything. The three-eyed raven decides that he needs to show Bran the origin of the Wight Walkers. And the three-eyed raven then takes Bran into a new vision, far back into the past, to the war between the children of the forest and the first men. In this vision, Bran witnesses a group of the children of the forest approaching a captured man of the first men. Here they insert a shard of dragonglass into this man's heart, and he becomes the first of the Wight Walkers. It is then that Bran realizes that the Wight Walkers were in fact created to be used as weapons by the children of the forest. And later, whilst the three-eyed raven and Bran's companions are resting, Bran interacts with one of the weirwood roots, triggering a vision in which he witnesses an enormous army of wights, standing in the frozen wastes of the land of always winter, far beyond the wall. Wading into their midst, Bran sees on, looking at the creatures, finding himself before the Night King himself and 3 of his lieutenants. Unlike the Wights, however, the Walkers can see their guest. The Night King himself meets Bran's gaze and materializes beside him, seizing his arm. It is then that Bran wakes up in a sheer terror and panic, and the three-eyed raven reveals to him that the Night King has now marked him. He will know where he is, and he, along with his white army, will come for him. The mark likewise neutralizes the magic wards around the cave which have prevented the walkers and their minions from entering. The three-eyed raven must therefore tell Bran and his companions that they must leave immediately. During their packing up of the belongings, Meera and Hodor continue to pack, and the children of the forest prepare the cave's defences. The three-eyed raven takes Bran into the past one final time, again to his father's childhood at Winterfell, this time witnessing the young Eddard departing for the Vale as the castle citizens look on, including Willis and Old Man. Soon the Night King and his 3 lieutenants arrive with an army of wights to launch their attack on the cave. The children of the forest attempt to hold them off, but their attempts are in vain, as the sheer number of walkers and wights breach the cave. Still within the vision, the three-eyed raven remains motionless in the roots as the defenders are slaughtered, and Bran, Meera, Hodor and Leaf, one of the children of the forest, make their escape through the back of the cave. It is following their flight that the Night King and his Wight Walkers enter the three-eyed raven's chamber, and the Night King slowly approaches. Within the vision, the three-eyed raven tells Bran that the time has come for him to leave. It is then that the Night King swiftly executes him, carving him diagonally across the torso with his blade, as the three-eyed raven breaks apart and turns to dust within the vision, and Bran is left alone. As Bran and Meera escape from the Wights, a hooded Bran Stark comes and rescues them, and when Meera asked Benjen why he rescued them, Benjen replies that the three-eyed raven requested him do so. And when Meera states that the three-eyed raven is dead, Benjen answered, no, he lives again. Now it is possible that this answer refers to that the three-eyed raven is not a name, but rather a title used by Greenseers before the present time. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the mystery of the three-eyed raven that we currently know. This, ladies and gentlemen, has been Who is the Three-Eyed Raven? Do you like him as a character? Are you interested to see a little bit more about him? I, for one, certainly would like to know a little bit more about the lore behind him in the books. I know the series took some liberties, but it would be interesting to find out a little bit more. Do let me know in the comments your thoughts. And let me know who you might like to see in the next episode of Who Is. It doesn't have to be a Game of Thrones character, it can be any fictional character that you're interested in. I am keeping a running list, so do not hesitate to let me know. For the next few weeks though, we will be continuing with Game of Thrones characters, but fear not, let me know and I will come round to doing them. In the meantime, friends, I hope you have all enjoyed this episode. If you have, then please do consider leaving a like on the video. This would be very much appreciated. Subscribe to help grow the channel and encourage new content to be released. And you'll also become an awesome person for doing so. And I'll see you all in another episode of Who Is.